Good morning and welcome to Skien in Norway, where we are about to get underway within the next minute for this 2022 World Wheelchair Rugby European Qualification Championship game between Austria and Norway, the hosts. These two are playing off for 9th and 10th positions in the tournament. The combination of divisions B and C, and in terms of world rankings, there's not a huge amount between them. Austria are ranked 25 and Norway are ranked 33. Norway very much a team in its infancy and really just at the start of their journey, building a club program, but also a national team program. And referee Ela Bezczek from Poland, who has some Polish supporters on the sidelines. So it's Norway in blue and Austria in their red and white, and it's Peter Schloffer, the co-captain, who takes the ball away and opens the scoring. Referee Daniel Weiss puts the ball in the lap of Paul Knudsen, and he finds Christian Breivits. Christian Jurek is straight on him as Breivits endeavours to get the ball over the halfway line within the 12 seconds allowed. But Daniel Weiss has called a halt to proceedings, and it'll be a turnover. Austria's ball from the sideline as the men in blue were unable to get over the halfway within their allotted 12 seconds. Ball's in from Schloffer to Jurek, and he gets it back. And another return pass sees Jurek in at the corner. Jurek putting a lot of pressure onto, and Schloffer as well, on Christian Breivits. He's thrown a long ball down court, but Paul Knudsen wasn't looking in that direction, and as he is deaf as well, no amount of communication from his teammates was able to help him there. And it's Dominic Perner who brings it away for Austria. So Norway have had a real struggle this week. They lost 2 players in the classification process, so their squad was reduced there, and we see another turnover. I believe that would have been for leaving the court, and it's now Perner from the sideline. Schloffer, taking the long route round, finds his way through. So the Polish fans who are waiting their game between them and Spain later in the day, making a lot of noise in support of the Norwegian hosts, which is nice to see. And Schloffer again crosses the line after another turnover for Norway. They really have struggled, but Breivits looking with a long pass to Paul Knudsen. He's looking at which Schloffer had spotted the opportunity to get there, and Austria race into a 6-try lead. Coach Janusz Kozak from Austria talking on the sideline to Nick Jurek, the brother of Christian, who's just scored there, telling him what the job he wants him to do when he gets him on court. I think we'll see the whole of the Austrian team being used. Stig Andersen fails to gather that inbound, and we do indeed see Nick Jurek entering the fray. Off comes Peter Schloffer. So Austria now with not a huge number of points on the court. We've got Christian Jurek, their highest pointer is a 2 at the moment. And he's not able to find Dominic Perner, but his brother Nick gets the ball and gives it back to Christian. This time he does find Dominic Perner, and he's in at the corner. Oh, hopefully Paul Knudsen can get hold of this ball and take it in for a score to Norway. And the crowd goes wild. Yes, whenever you get Polish supporters in the building, they make a lot of noise. I remember the European A Division Championships in Vejle in Denmark, where the World Championships are happening later this year. And there were 3 Polish supporters who made more noise than the supporters from all the other countries put together. It was absolutely fantastic. Another turnover there. Norway struggling with their inbounds. Christian Jurek just plugs that down, but good defence from Kramer Solver and Paul Knudsen, but they can't stop Perner getting in. So 10 tries to 1. Paul Knudsen needs to come back for this. But Jurek manages to get in there and force the turnover. So the Austrian lineup totaling just 5 classification points out of the 8 that they're allowed, and that pass going astray there, so it'll be Norwegian ball from the sideline. Christian Breivik, a man with Bolivian heritage, but sadly Kramer Solvik can't gather it, but he puts a great block in on Christian Jurek. Perner gathers the loose ball and crosses for his 4th try. This time Kramer Solvik does manage to gather it cleanly, brings it away. He's not been playing the game very long. He's looking for support. The pass goes off Christian Jurek's chair into the hands of Janusz Kovac. And another long ball, great gather there. No try. Christian Jurek denying Paul Knudsen and preventing Norway from getting their 2nd try. But they have got Austria pinned deep in their own half. Ball comes into Christian Binder, their 0.5 player. He returns it to Perner, and the 1.5 player in a picking chair gets down court and outstrips Kramer Solvik for his 5th try now for Perner. He's not usually one of the top try scorers for the Austrian team, but they're using him because and Paul Knudsen getting in for his 2nd try. Well played, Norway. And the Polish fans are getting very excited and animated. That's brilliant to see. So Jurek showing some good wheels there to get clear of the cover. Kramasolvik hauls it in, but he's struggling. Can't get the ball to Stig Anders Jonsson. Breivik tries to reach in there, but Perner protects it very well, leaning his body over the ball. And now it's Christian Jurek able to cross. Technically, he's their high pointer on this this game as a 2-pointer, and he again gathers the ball. Austria do have a high point player in René Hanaz, but doesn't look as if he's kitted up. He took a couple of hits earlier in the tournament, and he's obviously carrying an injury. So we won't see the big 3.5 player. And off comes, well, not sure who's coming off, but it's been a coach's timeout called by Janusz Kozak. And but it does look like Izudin Ramic is going to be taking the court for the first time for Poland, and Coach Kozak's got his whiteboard out, and you've got pictures showing what's happening on the Norwegian bench, but I can see from the Polish bench that Janusz Kozak is saying exactly what he wants, telling them how he wants them to set up when they're in a key defence, and also how he wants them to break down that Norwegian defence. But they haven't had too much trouble so far with sadly the score at 15-2. So Ramic has come on for Christian Jurek, making Dominik Perner the highest pointed player. This is a low point lineup for Austria, and they've keyed up. Izudin Ramic sitting outside the key, only 3 players allowed in the key. So Paus Knudsen will get us back underway with 3 minutes 50 remaining in this half. The score is 15 to Austria, 2 to Norway, and Kramasolvik driving through, needs to get the ball. His players, Breivik, telling him what he wants, gets the ball. He tries to put it into Paus Knudsen, but Nick Jurek holds strong. The ball's back with Breivik. I don't know if you can hear me above the tooting of the horn. Strong defence from Norway, but a nice pass to Knudsen, and Daniel Weiss from Germany. The referee signals the try. So 15-3 the lead, but Norway will be pleased to have cut the deficit. I was mentioning earlier the injury to René Hanaz, and that's Austria's 3.5 player, not in the game today. Sadly, Norway have lost their 3.5 player. Berger Kommerdal, in fact, found himself in the hospital yesterday after overexerting himself the previous day. So he was the player who'd scored probably 90% of their tries during this tournament, and he is sadly missed. He is their one try-scoring threat, and without him, their attack is sadly not particularly strong at all. Breivik, the 3-point player, a man of Bolivian origins, works his way down court, tries to find a gap in the Austrian defence, but it's strong, and Nick Jurek gets a hand away, and it will be sideline ball. So Norway still have the possession. No, it's determined that it's there wasn't an Austrian hand on there. And they have the ball and a new 40 seconds. We have 2 minutes 14 seconds remaining in this game, which stands at 17-3 to the men in red. Great pick there from Kramasolvik on Ramic, and the pass, well, number 11, Nick Jurek, runs it down, picks it up on his wheel and crosses for his first try. Delight on the Austrian bench there. So I think, yes, I'm right in saying that Nick Jurek and Christian Binder, this is their first international tournament. So that'll have probably been Nick's first try, hence the delight. Christian Breivik looking at how he's going to attack this strong Austrian key. Kramasolvik has sadly gone too far and crossed the line before the pass came in. So the man with the fantastic Viking beard, sadly, if you leave the court between the try posts, it's automatically a turnover, or you find yourself in the bench. Perner turns away from Kramasolvik, who is working really hard and gets back on terms with a great pick. But it's Ramic now with the ball, and that's his first try of the day too. But he's a veteran, 44 years of age, and has been playing international wheelchair rugby for some time. Unfortunately, in the past, Kramasolvik had got himself into a reasonable position, but he couldn't see the pass because he had his back to Christian Breivik. Needs to work on positioning his chair, but that's something that will come with experience. He's literally been playing for less than a year, having been invited to play the sport when somebody met him at a music festival he was attending. So great little backstory there. So 20 points to 3 with under 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The possession clock turned off now, as there's less than 40 seconds on the game clock. 20 seconds. Can Norway finish with a flourish? Gets the ball. And Kramasolvik scores! Yes, he will be delighted. As are our friends from Poland. 10 seconds left on the clock. A pumped pass from Ramic finds Pernick, and with just a second remaining on the clock, he scores. That's the end of the quarter. So, at the end of the first quarter, the score is 21 to Austria, 4 to Norway. But there's been far more cheering for each one of those 4 Norwegian tries than for any of the 21 scored by Austria. We all love an underdog in sport. And Nick Jurek gets a clap for his try-scoring efforts as he returns to the bench. Coach Janusz Kozak with the whiteboard again. So Norway have one deaf player today and a sign language interpreter on the touchline, helping Paus Knudsen understand what's being said by the coach, Martin Farman, and the remaining Norwegian player who we haven't seen this morning thus far, who has featured in most of the other games, all of the other games, is Marius Bakker, number 12, and he's been one of their main ball handlers, working particularly well with Commodore. And Norway get us started. Bravits driving towards the Austrian key. Kramasolvik doing a good job there, turning Ramic, getting himself into a position. He can only stay in there for 10 seconds. He's angled his chair better this time. He could see the pass coming in. Sadly, it still didn't reach him. And we now see Ramic from the sideline and the introduction of Bruno Bosniak, the very tall three-point player for Austria, and alongside Nick Jurek, Ramic and Christian Binder. Bosniak playing the clock, waiting for his players to get into position. Passes the ball to Ramic, pulling the Norwegian defence away from their try line. Oh, great hit by Christian Bravits, and the 40-second clock has run out as a consequence, and as Bosniak lost the ball there. So you can take clock management a little bit too far sometimes. Kramasolvik nearly committing a 1 metre offence there, as Christian Binder tried to force him into the 1 metre area, but he was equal to the task. The ball is rolling over the end line, and it'll be Austrian ball from the side. Ramic with the inbound. So Bosniak down court to Christian Binder, 0.5 player, and he scores. That's his first try of this encounter. Pass from Paus Knudsen finds Bravits. He tries to get the pass down court, but sadly it goes astray. Bosniak, the 39-year-old from Linz, who plays for the Danube Steelers. Getting plenty of bounces in. You've got to bounce the ball within 10 seconds. And Nick Jurek hits Kramasolvik off Bosniak, and Bosniak crosses for his first try, not making the mistake of letting the 40-second clock run out this time. Big long pass off Kramasolvik, but it's the bouncing ball's picked up by Ramic. So these Austrian players, all made up from players for the four aces, the Steirische Eichen or the Danube Steelers. So just three teams represented as Ramic crosses. Score is 24 tries to 4. Norway yet to open their account in this half, and they commit another offence. Suspect that it might have been Christian Bravitz leaving the court. His wheel making contact with the try line between the posts. Norway have a sort of key defence. But Anders Jonsson had been prevented as Kramer Solvik leaves the key defence, but returns to tie up Binder. He is able to pass to Bosniak and the try is scored. Paul Knudsen hoping for the inbound, but it comes to Anders Jonsson. He can't gather it, and Bosniak gets the bouncing ball. Daniel Weiss signals reset of the possession clock. Kramer Solvik had raced down court. Now he's coming back into where the play is. He puts a great pick on Nick Uric. But it's Ramic who gathers to score. Bravitz with a long ball. I don't think Paul Knudsen is going to be able to gather it. Much too much heat on that pass, I'm afraid. So 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Neither team have used a timeout yet. They've each got 4. Kramer Solvik gets back to pick Bruno Bosniak, gets an arm out in front of his face. Not allowed to make contact with the body of an opponent, but you can touch the ball. Bosniak decides to take it in himself. (27-4). Austria lead it. Kramer Solvik hanging on to the ball this time. Drives downfield. His route is cut off. And he gets the ball over the halfway line, but there's nobody on the end of the pass. Ramic gets the bounce in. Finds Christian Binder. Nicely worked try. A 1 metre violation called by referee Bestchek. And Paul Knudsen takes the ball over the line, but actually that try won't be allowed because there's been a 1 metre violation back down on the Norwegian baseline. Off comes Bruno Bosniak, and we see the return of Dominic Perner. Ramic from the sideline finds Perner straight away, the 1.5 player. He plays for the Danube Steelers, but the ball's gone loose. Paul Knudsen gathers it. That's a great gather. Picked it off his wheel, gives it to Bravitz. Ramic puts the initial hit in, and Bravitz cuts back, twisting, turning, trying to find his way through. It's blocked. He comes back out. Tries again. Directing Kramer Solvik. Stig Anders Jonsson can't gather the ball. But the ball's come off an Austrian chair, I believe, so it'll still be Norwegian ball. Yep. Paus Knudsen sticks his arm up to indicate he wishes to be the inbounder. Gets the ball into Breivits. They've got 10 seconds in which to score. Nice bounce pass. Breivits gets it back. Stig-Anders Johnsen hangs on to it this time. They're passing the ball, but the clock beats them, sadly. Good, strong defence by Austria, as 2 out of 3 defenders each converged on whoever had the ball. Ramic into Perna. Ramic leads out for him. So it remains 28 tries to 4, with just over 2.5 minutes in this first half remaining. Big inbound down court from Breivits, but sadly Paus Knudsen can't catch it or catch up with it, and the ball will come all the way back down. Oh, it had been touched. So if the inbound isn't touched, it goes all the way back to the Norwegian line, but there had been a touch. So the ball will be part way down the Austrian court. And double teaming of Perna, but he just backs out of that trap. And now it's Kramasolvik looking to catch him on the halfway line. He'll try and force an over and back situation, but he was safely over the halfway within the 12 seconds. Kramasolvik putting in a lot of good picks. He's working tremendously hard. But, he's got a long way to go. The Viking who plays for the Rolling Thunder. So the Norwegian team has been around since 1998, but they're very much rebuilding. In 2006 they achieved a 7th position in the European Championships, and in 2016, more recently, they were 4th in the European Division C Championships. So 30 tries to 4 with 1.5 minutes remaining. So Norway still yet to improve on the 4 tries they scored in the first quarter. Christian Binder pushes Stig-Anders Johnsen further into his key so that there's space for Perna to cross. Kramasolvik brings it away. Good pick from Stig-Anders Johnsen as Kramasolvik gives it to Paus Knudsen, but the ball bounces off his chair. And it's now Austrian ball. Under 1 minute. So Austria will look to score around the 50-second mark, which they do. 32 to 4, sorry. And there's 52 seconds remaining on the clock. Kramasolvik trapped by Nick. Oh, overhead pass. Wow, that was spectacular. Kramasolvik just literally threw the ball over his head, and Christian Breivits was on the end of it. And Breivits opens the Norwegian account, in the second quarter. His first try. 19 seconds remaining on the clock. An equipment call interrupts the play with 15 seconds remaining. The score is 32-5. Kramer Solvik. Oh, needing a new wheel, but they're going to actually take him off. They're making a substitution, and we do see for the first time Marius Bakker, who's been playing for the Norwegian team for more than 5 years now. Their most experienced player. Earlier in the week, I think almost all of the Austrians, apart from Bakker, were seen by the classifiers, who did in total see 23 athletes, which is a lot of athletes to see in a short space of time. Try scored by Dominic Perner with 5 seconds remaining in this first quarter. So the ball goes into Bakker. He does look to progress, but he's not going to get much further up court as Daniel Weiss, the referee, signals the end of the first half. And the score is 33-5. And welcome back to the second half of this game between Austria and Norway. The score stands at 33-5 to Austria, but a good hand in there from Christian Breivits to break up that first attack. Christian Binder and Dominic Perner. Sorry, it was Ramic and Perner who returned to gather the ball, and pass comes into Nick Jurek, but he can't gather it. The man who likens himself to the footballer Ibrahimovic, and that's why he's wearing number 11. Kramer Solvik has been experiencing some chair problems at the end of the first half. These are obviously continuing, so once more we see the introduction of Marius Bakker, Norway's most experienced player. So Breivits needs to get a long ball into Bakker. There's a lot of heat on that, and the diminutive number 12 not able to get that ball, which was moving at a rate of knots. Breivits needs to work on a little bit, some more sympathetic passes, I think, for his teammates. We've seen that 2 or 3 times when he's fired that long ball down court. The ball's gone faster than his teammates can move, sadly. But he comes here to try and meet the challenge of Perner. But Perner gets the ball over halfway. That horn is the sound of the Polish supporters who are here. And Bakker and Breivits get a hand in. Anders Jonsson gathers the ball, and now it's with Bakker before feeding Breivits. He needs to use his players to lead him out, but instead he puts on the pass to Bakker, and that's a great try. Well, as I was just saying about more sympathetic passing, and he pulls out a fantastic long ball that Marius Bakker is able to get on the end of to score his first try and Norway's 6th. So, clearly he wasn't listening to me, but certainly achieved the right result on that occasion. Austria attacking once more. There's 3 men in blue close to the ball, but that's reduced to 2 now. Oh, and there's... The ball comes off Perner's wheel, and it'll be Norway's ball. It's into Paus Knudsen, but it comes off his hand. And Breivits and Paus Knudsen able to communicate face to face. Paus Knudsen clearly able to read lips. But the Norwegian line is defended now, and good work by Stig Anders. No, it was good work by Marius Bakker actually to drive Christian Binder back over the try line. So it'll be blue ball. So no score for Austria on that occasion. Bakker's gone long down court, clearly hoping for a long inbound. This time Knudsen is able to hold on to it. Good return pass as Breivits drives down court. Again, another long pass angled into Bakker. He's able to gather it, but the Austrian defence is there with Ramic and Binder. Bakker being urged by Breivits to go round the outside on the corner. But the pass from Bakker now to Breivits, not able to get through, but it's Knudsen. Only 7 seconds in which to score. Bravit's trying to get there. They're not going to manage it, and the 40-second possession clock runs down to 0. They've got 4 timeouts. They could use any one of those to enable them to reset the clock to 15. Coach's timeout for Norway, and that could well be what Martin Farman will be telling them. When you've got, keep an eye on the clock. Need to have that clock awareness, and you also need the bench telling you what's happening and letting the players on court know. So neither of these teams have used a timeout yet. Austria haven't needed to because they haven't really been under any pressure in terms of getting the ball over halfway. Martin Farman will have best part of a minute to tell his guys what he wants from them. They're taking on water. And you can see the sign language interpreter there standing at the back, telling Paul Knudsen what it is he expects from him. That's great work. First time I've ever seen a sign language interpreter on a wheelchair rugby bench. But normally there would be 2 deaf players on the Norwegian side, but sadly, as I mentioned earlier, Stefan Berger Commodal not well. We wish him all the best and hope he's recovering. As Christian Binder gathers the ball, before passing to Ramic, who scores. That's 34 tries to 6. Paul Knudsen feeds Bakker. Bakker looking for somebody to lead him out. He gets round the back of Pinder, underneath the pile, as my commentating colleague Dave Mengen would call it. Not the ideal route, but sometimes it's the only one you're going to have. Good hit by Bravitz there on Nick Jurek to prevent him from getting at Bakker, but Ramic does the job, and Bakker finds Bravitz. 6 seconds again now. The ball is behind, the pass is behind. Timeout says. Looked like Marius Bakker was trying to call a timeout there to the referee, but Ella Bestchek says no. The 40-second clock had run out before the request came in, so it'll be Austrian ball from the sideline. Good pick from Bakker there on Perner, but the Austrian swivels out of it. Oh, well done Bakker. He fought back and caught the Austrian, who feeds Nick Jurek. He's driving towards the try line, but Paul Knudsen stops him from getting there. So he returns the ball to Ramic. But Perner, and the first timeout used there by Austria. Nick Jurek calling timeout. And he knew he couldn't get out of that iron grip of Paul Knudsen. That was great play by the Norwegian. And Jurek called the timeout because he knew he wouldn't get out within the 10 seconds he has. Binder has secured the corner, but Bakker tries to prevent Perner, but is unable to. And the mechanics separate Perner and Bakker, whose pick bars had become entangled there. Bakker with the ball, turning this way and that. Oh, fallen player there, Christian. And Daniel Weiss says that's a technical foul for causing Christian Binder to topple over there. So Christian Bravitz will find himself in the bin. And because it's a technical foul, Norway don't lose possession. Very often when there's a foul committed by the offensive team, it will result in a turnover. But when it's a technical foul like that, oh, yep. Referee Daniel Weiss chatting to Ella Bestchek. The referee's just sorting out whose ball it will be at the inbound. So Paul Knudsen to we get the inbound into Bakker. Nice sympathetic pass from Bakker there, and Paul Knudsen races away. Perner and Ulrich try to cut him off. Oh, the pass from Paul Knudsen to Bakker sadly wasn't as sympathetic, but Bakker does a great job in gathering the ball there as the Polish horns toot in the background. Paul Knudsen with the ball now. Norway will do really well if they score a try now with just 3 players on, but there's only 2 seconds, 1 second, and the 40-second clock runs out as the ball rolls into touch. So it'll be Ramic with the ball for Austria. 2.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter, and the score at 35-6. As Ramic crosses, which means that Christian Bravitz can return to the fray, and he opts to be the inbounder. So it's going to have to be a long ball down the court and hope that Marius Bakker can get on the end of it, but he can't. Dominic Perner is the man who gathers the ball. Bravitz tries to get an arm in, but Perner stopped now by Bakker, and there's leaving the court. Christian Binder leading the court there. So it'll be Norway's ball. Bravitz throws the ball too long for Bakker, so it'll be Austrian ball. Great singing from the Polish fans, who've also got a Norwegian flag hanging up alongside their Polish flags. This is great to see this support, and just shows what a family wheelchair rugby is. As Perner crosses for his 13th try. Nice little pass in there from Bravitz to Bakker. But Austria putting a lot of pressure on, And Bravits, they need to use one of their timeouts. They're not. So once more the ball is returned to Austrian hands as Norway failed to get out of their half and still haven't used any of their timeouts. Doesn't look like Kramer Solvik will be returning to the fray anytime soon. His chair's on upside down, being worked on as Christian Binder tries to get over the line. Gives a punt pass to Perner, and it's loose balls picked up by Bravits. He's driving to the line, but the two Austrians try to get there, but he gets there just in the corner in time. That's a great try by the man from Bolivia originally. The 3-point Norwegian player managing to outstrip the Austrian defenders. So 37-7 with 40 seconds remaining on the game clock, and great work by Stig Anders Jonsson there in halting Perner, and good coverage by the Norwegians down court, so Perner had no outlet. And strangely, Austria have used up 2 of their timeouts. Normally a team in such ascendancy would hardly use their timeouts, whereas the team who were struggling would have tended to have used them, but that hasn't been the case. Norway's inexperience showing, and they haven't used the timeouts effectively. They've got them there, but sadly the players aren't calling them quick enough, or not calling them at all, as Marius Bakker has some running repairs affected to his chair. So these 4 players will have to play on to the end by the looks of things, unless Kramer Solvik's chair, which looks as if it's in a couple of different places at the moment. So Ramic with the inbound, 27 on the possession clock. Bakker trying to stop Perner's progress. Good hit from Bravits. He really does hit hard. And Anders Jonsson trying to get to Ramic now. It's Bravits who hits him first. And good work by Christian Binder. And the try is scored by Izudin Ramic. Bravits tells Paul Knudsen he wants him to take the inbound. And he gets it into Bakker. But good work by Nick Urick to prevent Bravits from breaking free. And good wheels from Bakker. Just gets round the efforts of Ramic. And it's 38-8 with just 1 second remaining in this third quarter. So great work by Norway to score the last try of that quarter. And it will be Norway who have the possession arrow at the start of the fourth quarter. So it'll be Norway to start us off in this fourth quarter. The Ulrik brothers, Nick and Christian, together on court. There's one further Ulrik, no relation, on the Austrian bench. We haven't seen him yet. Andreas, their most experienced player, played in the 2007 European Championships, the first ever European Championships that were held in Finland back then. As Christian Ulrik gives Marius Bakker a bit of a tap. Now does the same for Christian Bravits. Penalty try, signals Daniel Weiss, as Isidin Ramic left the court. So good work for Norway. So they start with the first score of this fourth quarter. It's 38-9. And Christian Ramic, the 2-point player, picked fantastically there by Marius Bakker. He's given the ball to his brother, who passes it back. And they just manage the clock. 18 seconds remaining, and it's into Christian Binder for him to score his third try. Binder traps Paus Knudsen on the try line momentarily. Bakker telling his players where he wants them. Great play by Bravits to avoid getting an over and back on halfway, but all he can do is sadly tap it on, and it's rolled off the end line. But with a little bit more experience, he would have taken that ball and immediately called time out to avoid that over and back situation. So Christian Ulrik with the ball for Austria. Oh, good skills. Stig Anders Jonsson halts his progress. This time the pass into Binder results in a try. Marius Bakker showing good wheels to get the ball over halfway. And Stig Anders Jonsson trying to gather it, but sadly he can't. It'll be red ball from the sideline at the baseline. Martin Farman directing his players to get on their opponents. And Stig Anders Jonsson and Paus Knudsen do exactly that, but it's Christian Ulrik taking it away. Stops, gets a bounce in. Ball's gone loose, and it's Paus Knudsen who picks it up. Bravits pops it over the top to Bakker, but Ulrik gets there first. Coach Janusz Kozak telling his players how he wants them to set up, using this as a opportunity to run particular moves. Pops it over to Ramic, who gathers it in nicely. A good hit from Bakker. No try, says Ella Bestchek, as Bakker did a great job in forcing Ramic into the try post there. Big hit, perfectly timed. So it's 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining of this match. The score is Austria 40, Norway 9. The ball is overthrown by Paus Knudsen. Bravits has got to get there before the... Oh, Ulrik can't quite gather it. So Norway will have now 38 seconds, because as soon as the ball's touches the chair, the game clock starts and the possession clock starts. Ball's in to Stig-Anders Johnsen. He bounces it, but comes off his wheel, and Christian Jurek takes it in over the line. Won't be many easier tries he scores than that. Oh, and he puts a little hit on Bakker there just as he was about to receive the ball. Try is given. And as Johnsen gathers the ball cleanly and gets it to Bakker, but he's struggling to get out. He's signalling timeout. Well done, Marius Bakker there. Just on 28 seconds, he gets the timeout call in. So 42-9 the score. And the Norwegians return to their bench. Austria decide to go into a key formation. Looks like it'll be three players in the key, one outside. Only maximum of 3 allowed in there, but you see some of the teams who have 2 outside and 2 in. But the inbound goes astray, and Austria will come out of their key and take up the ball halfway down the Norwegian court. So Austria, also a team rebuilding. They've not really had many new players come into their setup. This team's been together for just 2 years now, and Christian Jurek showing some good wheels to go right round the back of Stig-Anders Johnsen. So Coach Janusz Kozak got a lot of work on his hands, but Marius Bakker acknowledges the strong work of Christian Jurek there. And it looks like Kramasolvik will be able to return. And it's Marius Bakker who comes off. Austrian ball. And Jurek just pushes Stig-Anders Johnsen, who's shows extreme frustration there. Really annoyed at himself for allowing Jurek to drive him away and get the try. It's Paus Knudsen coming down the court as Austria return to that key defence setup. Big hit from Jurek coming there, and Breivitz's wheels leave the floor, but he's safely back down to ground, and the ball's now with Paus Knudsen. Breivitz calling for it, but the pass has got to be a good one. He's not, and the Jurek brothers are able to get it away, but it will be Christian Jurek very sportingly letting the refs know that the ball was last touched by an Austrian player, therefore it's Norway ball. Great to see that. 4 seconds left on the clock. Nobody looking to call timeout though. Oh, they've got 3 timeouts left, and they could have reset to 15 there. But this inexperience of this Norwegian team is costing them opportunities, sadly.
Žiūrėkite picks the ball, takes it over halfway. Just manages the clock now. 3¼ minutes remaining in this game. Score standing at 44-9. Žiūrėkite comes to the rescue of his brother, frees him up. And the ball goes into Ramic. Nice pass in from Paul Knudsen to Breivik. Good turn by him. And he outstrips Žiūrėkite. But Kramasolvik can't gather the ball. And time for a substitute. So that's Breivik coming off and Bakker coming back on. So Norway playing with just 5.5 classification points now. As Žiūrėkite turns away from the try line. Just running the clock. Austria in total control here. And Binder scores it. That's 5 tries for him. There won't be many games in which he scores 5 tries, but he's done well today. Alf Knudsen with the inbound, which only finds Žiūrėkite. Stig Anders Jonsson not quite sure where he wants to go at the moment. He's not in a position to do anything. It sits just outside the key, waiting for the Austrian players to come. Ball's back with Žiūrėkite. He takes it to the line. Ball's into Bakker, who asks Paul Knudsen to put a block on Binder. But Žiūrėkite making it hard for the Norwegian to get over halfway. And instead of using a timeout, they commit a 12-second violation. And it will be Binder adding to his total and Austria's, so it's now 48 tries to 9. Paul Knudsen using his baseline as he is allowed to. Oh, Bakker getting a hit from again Bakker. Bakker is telling the referee that he was trying to call time out, but the referees are saying that they didn't hear that. So the discussion continues. Bakker not happy, but the ball's in the hands of the Norwegians, who will be placed 9th out of the 10 teams at this tournament. Remains to be seen what happens to Division B and C in the future, as Žiūrėkite crosses for his 10th try. The combination of Division B and C at this tournament has worked extremely well. 3 places being up for grabs in Division A, and the qualifying, the European Championships, which will be in Cardiff next May. And 2 of those teams from that event will automatically qualify for the Paralympics. This time, it looks like the timeout communication has got through from Marius Bakker to Daniel Weiss. And with 46 seconds remaining on the game clock, Norway will have another 12 seconds in which to get over halfway. Kramasolvik takes a rest and Breivits returns to the game. It'll be Marius Bakker to take the inbound this time. And he puts a pass in to Breivits, who gathers it well, turns. 20 seconds on the possession clock. Breivits just slings the ball down court. Binder's trying to gather it. Held ball. Looks like the ball's got trapped under the chair of one of the players. The possession arrow is with Austria, so no luck for Norway there. Yeah, it looks after that big hit from Christian Breivits, he ran over the ball. Ramic into Jurek. The man from Waldhausen plays for the Danube Steelers. 20 seconds remaining on this game. The 28-year-old gets a bounce in. Austria not needing to score, but they probably will. Practice getting the last try. Ramic hits it, and it comes off the head of Stig Anders Jonsson and over the try line. That's the end of the game. And the final score is 49 to Austria, 9 to Norway. So great effort by the men in blue, but sadly they weren't able to compete competitively against the Austrians, who very sportingly played very low point lineups against them for the vast majority of that game. So the next game here on this court will be at 12 o'clock. It'll be Spain versus Poland, playing off for 5th and 6th place in this qualifying tournament. At 12 o'clock you also have Finland and the Czech Republic on court 1, playing for the bronze medal match. And that will be the key matchup today, as the winner of that game will find themselves qualifying for the Division A Championships in Cardiff in May 2023, and with a chance of securing a place to the Paralympic Games in Paris 2024. This has been Simon Starr and Skien, Norway. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the game as much as our Polish supporters certainly did. So hope to hear or be with you again at 12 o'clock. Thanks a lot.